and confident. Elmore, as everyone knows, is karate's most cocky champion, and he's really stirred up the press in anticipation of this bout, Art.
Speaking of confident, Dallas's Ray McCallum is meeting the legendary Bill Superfoot Wallace in Oklahoma City, and Joe was there for the action.
I'm not sure Bill Wallace has taken Ray McCallum serious. His hands are not taped underneath the gloves, and I don't believe he has a mouthpiece in. Oh, yes, he does. My mistake. It's on the upper teeth.
Wallace never tapes his hands the way most boxers do. He's taken McCallum very seriously. That's a hard left hook of Bill Wallace's. He has a devastating left hook to go with his kick.
Bill Superfoot Wallace can change direction on his kick in midair, and he just did that on Ray McCallum.
A bashing left hook then by Bill Wallace. I think he now has Wallace sufficiently irritated. Second round kick glancing off McCallum's face. McCallum coming in with a hard left front kick. That's the kind of kick when he comes in like that he's liable to run into a Bill Wallace left hook.
These fighters are exchanging those left hooks. McCallum actually throwing right hooks, fighting as a southpaw. Bill Wallace taking a couple on the glove.
Wallace going to the body with the hook. There he lands a solid one on the head. He'll go to the body and then come back to the head hard with those hooks.
Bill Wallace came out smiling after that exchange, but he is taking blows from Ray McCallum.
Wallace definitely taking some shots. McCallum taking the harder blows. Hard skipping side kicked in by Bill Wallace. McCallum not intimidated. He's here knowing that he's got nothing to lose. Wallace, two hard left hands, one hard right hand in close. Good right hand as McCallum moves out. McCallum moving out, not defending himself.
Both these fighters, powerful punchers, beautiful kickers. This has got to be a classic fight. Ray McCallum is beginning to tire at round one. He's smiling from his corner. He wants Bill Wallace to know he's not hurt.
Wallace smiled at him. McCallum started to follow him across the ring, smiling back.
As we look at some of the action from round one in slow motion, how did you score that round, Joe?
I had that round scored even 10-10. McCallum landing actually more blows in that round, but Wallace landing the more powerful, more effective blows. Bill Wallace with 10 kicks in that first round. Ray McCallum with 9 kicks in that first round.
Ray McCallum in the red pants, world champion, Bill Wallace.
Wallace has that look in his eye like he wants to finish it this round.
Hard uppercuts by Bill Wallace. Wallace is taking punishment from Ray McCallum. There's a cut on the nose of Bill Wallace.
That hard left hook then landed by Wallace. Hard uppercut by Wallace. He is fiercely determined. Wallace is a fighter who hates to be hit. He hates it.
Swelling under the left eye of Ray McCallum.
McCallum's eye is glassy. That hard hook catching McCallum in Wallace's corner. McCallum, I think, in a little trouble. The round kick catching McCallum, not responding to it as he did earlier.
Wallace clowning in center ring, looking under Ray McCallum's arm and smiling at the audience. I think Bill Wallace knows that he's in command of this fight at this point.
Just bashing McCallum now with the left hand.
McCallum holding on to Wallace.
McCallum's eye is still a little glazed. McCallum catching a hard left hook, but countering with his own hard left hook.
Raymond McCallum is looking dead into the eyes of Bill Wallace in those clinches.
Neither man throwing many kicks. Two kickers, two of the best kickers in the world who are now concentrating primarily on hands.
I think they're trying to show each other something in this round. Who is the toughest?
That's the Bill Wallace front leg hook kick. The hard left hook by Wallace, another left hook.
I think Ray McCallum is staggered. He may go down. That's the bell. And he did not go down at the bell, but he was staggered. Here's round two in slow motion as Bill Superfoot Wallace throws a round kick right back to a hook kick and another round kick, all off of one leg. His super foot, the left foot. Bill Wallace having Vaseline applied to the scratch on the left side of his nose. He's not really hurt. He ended that round smiling, and we ended that round with Ray McCallum in trouble. Had it gone a few more seconds, who knows what would have happened.
I had to score that round 10-10 again. Both men just getting in 8 kicks in that round. They were content to stand and blast each other with the hands.
This is round number 3. Bill Superfoot Wallace in the gray pants, Raymond McCallum in the red pants.
About as determined a look as I've seen in Wallace's eyes in a long time. He went over his head with a hook kick, came back with a round kick then. McCallum is closing that distance well on Wallace, catching Wallace with the first shot. Wallace is coming back with the counters. A referee from, warning from center referee Dick Herschel to Ray McCallum for holding behind the neck. Hard left hand in by Wallace. Hard left-right combination against McCallum in the corner.
Wallace using that left hand to punish Ray McCallum.
Wallace trying that hook kick. McCallum catching him with the right hand as he moved out. Hard left hand in by Wallace as McCallum tried to close that distance. McCallum not landing as solid as shots in this round as Wallace. Low kicked in by McCallum, followed with a left hand back in the middle of Wallace's face. Hard left hook by Wallace. Another hard left hook, hard uppercut by Wallace.
Ray McCallum now has Wallace on the ropes, so Wallace fights back.
McCallum's eyes are glazed, but he's fighting back anyway.
Bill Wallace got his 8th kick in right at the bell, and that's the end of round number 3. Let's look in slow motion as Bill Wallace and Ray McCallum come out of this clinch. There's the Wallace hook kick, and here's Ray McCallum with some hard hand technique on Bill Wallace.
McCallum landing some good shots on Wallace that round. I had to give the round to Wallace by a slim 10-9 because he had McCallum in trouble in that round, more so than McCallum had Wallace.
We're getting ready for round 4. We're scheduled for 5 rounds. This non-title middleweight bout. Bill Wallace, the Superfoot world champion on the right of your screen. Ray McCallum in the red pants on the left of your screen.
Hard uppercut, hard hooks by Wallace. Wallace now picking off the left-hand charge by McCallum.
Bill Wallace complaining that he was hit after break. Seems to have made him mad.
Hard uppercut, hard hook.
How much trouble is Ray McCallum in?
His eyes are glassy. I think he's fighting unconscious myself. A lot of credit to Ray McCallum.
In anybody's book, this is one hell of a fight. Both of these fighters have
hard side kick by Wallace. Hard left hand counter by Ray McCallum off that left kick. Ray McCallum has only thrown 5 kicks so far in this round.
Ray McCallum really kicking hard when he does throw those kicks. Those left hooks of Bill Wallace are taking their toll.
Many people thought McCallum couldn't take a punch, but he has surely taken some punches in here tonight.
He's about to go down. He can't take those hooks. And yet he did. Ray McCallum is still standing. This is 4th round action, and Ray McCallum is out on his feet at the bell. And here it is in slow motion, some of that 4th round action. Bill Superfoot Wallace and Ray McCallum Ray McCallum was in trouble at the end of the fourth round, but it looked as though he was saved by the bell. We're getting ready for the fifth and final round. Bill Wallace smiling, saying, "I wasn't hurt." Our center referee, Dick Churchill, doing a remarkably good job. A man of many talents, a photographer with Churchill martial arts photography, and a black belt in karate. This is the fifth and final round. Ray McCallum on the left of your screen, Bill Wallace, the Superfoot, on the right of your screen. Ray's gloves touch the canvas. Ray's gloves
touch the ground, but it is not called a knockdown by the referee.
Those left hooks by Bill Wallace have been taking their toll on Raymond McCallum. Wallace is pressuring McCallum again, and the ropes are holding him up. McCallum is standing on sheer will alone.
Wallace picking off those shots, and McCallum coming in now, countering with a hard left hook.
Wallace using his kicks much more effectively in this round than he has in the first four, landing those side kicks. There's a cut in the eyebrow over the left eye of Ray McCallum. The question is, will Ray McCallum be able to stand up to the end of this round?
Wallace still has 2 kicks remaining in this round. McCallum has gotten in his 8 kicks. Wallace still has 1 kick left to throw. There's his 8 kicks. Both men have fought an extremely punishing pace with the hands in tight in this fight.
Bill Wallace smiling down at us. A look on his face like, hey, what's this guy doing? Does he think he's supposed to win?
McCallum is out on his feet. What a game fighter this Ray McCallum is.
McCallum is wobbling, holding onto the ropes when he fights back, staggering after every left hook at the bell.
Joe Corley at ringside. We've just seen a 5-round slugfest between world middleweight champion Bill Wallace and Ray McCallum. Take a look at some slow motion from the last round. McCallum with the pulling side kick, Wallace with the solid left hand. He must have hit McCallum with 50 very solid left-hand punches. I think McCallum was out on his feet 3 or 4 times during the course of this fight, but was able to hang on. Probably the most important part in his career. Both these fighters, who are renowned as kickers, barely got in their kicks as they decided to get together and try to bash one another in the unconsciousness in this fight. We're now ready to go to ring announcer Bob Boggs for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, Judge Freeman scores it 50-47. Judge Carpenter scores it 49-46. Judge Alvarado scores it 50-45. We have a unanimous decision. The winner, middleweight world champion Bill Wallace.
Bill Superfoot Wallace continues his undefeated string and goes on to be one of the sport's premier superstars, while Ray McCallum continued to build his reputation in the point and full contact arenas. Let's go now to Denver, where California's Tony Avalos meets the feisty newcomer Norris Williams, looking to make a name for himself. Joe Corley and Larry Black were at ringside for the action.
This is round number 1. And I should mention these fighters are fighting across that weight division. There's a weight span there that Norris is a super light. Tony Avalos is a lightweight. But both these fighters like to stay active. Norris Williams wanted to fight one of the higher-ranked fighters, even if he had to move up into another weight division to get the experience. Avalos coming back off that ankle injury about 4 months ago, and he wanted a fight to get himself ready for Ishmael Robles. So both of these fighters have a lot to gain from the experience of getting in the ring with each other.
Avalos has a bout coming up very quickly, very soon, with Ishmael Robles.
Saw this bout as a warm-up, possible warm-up bout for him. Just really feeling each other out in this first round.
You can see they're really trying the kicks. Want to see what they're going to be able to do with those kicks.
Avalos seems to have straightened his right hand out a good bit.
Side kick by Williams, more or less just to keep Avalos off. Uppercut by Williams didn't seem to have a whole lot of effect. Avalos looking very poised. He's been training hard for this matchup with Robles. And here against Norris Williams, Avalos is looking as smooth here in the first round as he has ever looked before. This is round one action. We're scheduled for 6. Norris Williams in the blue, getting ready for the second round. Tony Avalos in red. Tony Avalos is rated number 2 in the world, and he has a fight coming up with Ishmael Robles to determine who will fight for the lightweight championship.
A really uneventful first round. Both men feeling one another out. Williams now sticking a pretty solid side kick in.
They seem to have picked the pace up just a little bit here in the second round. There's that jump spinning back fist. Fight! And a knockdown.
Oh, geez. Spinning back kick right in the face.
He's up by the count of 9. He was resting. I don't believe he was really hurt by that, but it just shows you the devastation of those kicks. Avalos now being a little cagier.
That's the danger in trying to go out and patty cake with somebody. You slow down, you slow your reflexes down, and a kick like that normally wouldn't have caught him that solid.
A double flying crescent kick by Williams. Both missed, and both fighters go down to the canvas. Avalos showing us some pretty fancy dancing out there. This Williams is really a flashy fighter. That's the kind of kicking that has earned him a reputation. Another flying crescent. Avalos almost dumped him to the canvas. I believe both these guys started this fight just a little bit skeptical of the other. There's an unbelievable move by Williams. Stepping over with a round kick and then coming off with a heel kick.
It was Williams with 26 kicks so far, and he opened that round up with this kick. You see a spinning back kick come right up under Avalos' chin, snapped his head back and dropped him. He got up, went back to his knee, and took full advantage of the 8 count.
And this is round number 3. We're scheduled for 6. These guys, I believe, are through feeling each other out. Now they want to see what the other one's got. Williams really relying on that spinning back kick now. Every time Avalos moves, Williams throws that spinning back kick. That could get him in trouble, because turning your back on a guy as dangerous as Avalos, you never know what he's going to do.
Looked like Williams pulled out of that kick right at the last second. Must have been a little off balance in the air.
Avalos, remember, coming off a ankle injury that he received in the Manny Johnson fight. But his ankle looks fully recovered. Can't tell with Avalos. We didn't know his ankle was broken. He fought 6 rounds after he broke it. And a round kick to the face by Williams. Williams getting a lot of confidence here. Early in his career, we saw Norris Williams as he fought Tommy Williams, the Texas Tornado. or Oklahoma tornado. And Norris was stopped by a jump back kick, but you can't fault him for that. It was early in his career, and Tommy Williams has stopped many a foe with that jump back kick. He's knocked out 9 men with kicks so far. Williams, a real up-and-comer. Richard Jackson, Cliff Thomas, Gordon Franks, beware. And Avalos ducking very deftly underneath that spinning kick. Little redness under the right nostril of Avalos. I don't believe he has a nosebleed. A couple of those Williams punches have landed. Avalos ducked into a left hook that time. There's the bell. There you see Tony Avalos, and he's rated number 2 in the lightweight division. He's going to be fighting in one of those runoff fights for that lightweight division. There you saw some super speed action of a kick exchange by Avalos and Williams. And we're ready for round number 4. Chuck Martinez, the referee, gets the fighters up off the stools. And the bell. Norris Williams, in his last outing, won a 3rd-round knockout over Ray Patton of Kansas City.
Accidental spinning kick low by Avalos.
Oh, a spinning back kick to the face. Avalos is hurt. Avalos is hurt. He goes down for the count. And the fight is over. Avalos has quit from a jump spinning back kick to the nose. And that was something that was totally unexpected by anyone. Let's take a look at that, and you'll see where Tony Avalos ducked, and the jump back kick hit him right square in the nose as he was ducking down.
With this win over Avalos, Williams propels himself into the world ratings and indeed creates a new force in the lightweight division. Let's go to the Cook Convention Center in Memphis, where 239-pound Tracy Thomas seeks to steal the PKA World Super Heavyweight crown from Anthony Amp Elmore. Joe Corley and Van Camford called the action.
This is 12 rounds, 2 minutes in each round, and here we go. Elmore in the red, Thomas in the white.
Tracy Thomas fought John Jackson in an exhibition bout back in April and fought a good portion of that bout southpaw with his right leg forward. John Jackson predicted that if he did that against Elmore, it would give Elmore problems.
Well, we've seen Anthony Amp Elmore fight all of his title defenses and his championship bout, and he always does the same thing, uses the same strategy. Right now, he's going to stay away from this young, strong fella during the first round. Going to feel him out, set him up, use his speed and his agility because he is quick for a man who's 212 pounds. And, of course, Tracy Thomas is 239, almost 240 pounds. And as this fight goes on, Thomas has never gone 12 rounds. So you're going to see what effect that will have. And he's up against a cagey and wily champion here who knows all of the angles.
Well, Elmore has been 12 rounds several times. Tracy Thomas has been 7 rounds or more only once. So the question here is, will Thomas be able to go in the final round? Elmore has thrown kicks against people as heavy as Tracy Thomas is, obviously, as he did against Big John Jackson. So I don't think he'll have problems as far as his conditioning is concerned. If Elmore does have a problem, it's that he tries to do too much outside the ring. He's around town putting posters up. He is doing any number of things to promote the sport.
No question about it. He's a super promoter. Good straight left there by Tracy Thomas.
Countered the right leg round kick that Elmore unloaded to the head. Elmore tends to be in his fights a little bit glove shy in the first few rounds.
Another straight left by Tracy Thomas, partially blocked. There's the bell, ending round 1. Back to action in round 1. Watch the straight left here now by the challenger.
Elmore comes with a back leg round kick. Thomas blocks it, has Elmore off balance. Fortunately for Elmore, Thomas could not get in close enough really to unload the power on him.
Twice. Let him fight your fight now, okay? Heard him twice. That was perfect. Keep doing that. You got the whole fight. That was a good, clean 10-9 round for you. Good. Let me move on. Okay, let's go. Mouthpiece.
I don't know whether you agree with that or not. He says that was a good, clean 10-9 round for you. In the corner of Tracy Thomas, Brian Lee telling him that he won the round. Here we go with action in round 2. The challenger, Tracy Thomas, in the white. The champion, Anthony Elmore, in the red.
I had the first round dead even myself, 10-10, with neither fighter really taking advantage. Thomas is definitely fighting this fight so far as though he's not the least bit intimidated. And of course, as he said before, he was not intimidated.
He does not appear to be either. He just charged in there. Another good straight left. Catching the champion. The champion looks a little befuddled right now.
We talked about it a few weeks ago in the John Jackson-Tex Cobb fight, that people at 240 pounds use a lot of energy when they throw kicks. And you see the power on the end of those kicks as Tracy Thomas hits a man 212 pounds was Elmore's official weight and just kind of pushes him around like a lightweight with those kicks.
I think one thing the champion has to be careful of is not to let Tracy Thomas get confident. Tracy seems to be getting more and more confidence. If he does, he'll begin to think, hey, I can take this guy, and then there could be some trouble.
Elmore is going to have to, sooner or later, determine that he's going to have to go with Thomas. Will not be able to continue to avoid him for the whole fight like that. So the question is, will Thomas be able to keep his stamina up for 12 rounds?
The kicks have to be substantial before they give him. The kick counters will give him a kick. And it looks like the champ is one shy right now as we wind down to the end of round 2.
Thomas has only thrown 7 kicks in this round.
There he is. He just got it in. The end of round 2. Round 3 for the World Super Heavyweight Championship. Anthony Elmore on the left. On the right is Tracy Thomas, the challenger.
Thomas has not slowed his aggressive posture down any at all. He is not expending an excessive amount of energy, but he is continuing to move forward. Elmore has seemed glove shy the first couple of rounds.
Well, Anthony Elmore in pre-fight publicity was saying, I'm not going to hit him very hard. I'm just going to hit him often. Well, he hasn't been hitting him often enough. He's going to have to pick up his pace. Anthony Elmore hanging on to the ropes and then kicking, and he can't do that, and he's getting a warning from the referee. Can't hold the ropes and kick.
We've seen Elmore's fights in the past be unusually slow for the first 4 or 5 rounds and then have the tempo pick up. Once he gets a feeling, it takes Elmore a while to get confidence in a match. He keeps himself out of trouble in the meantime.
That's very true, Joe. The fight against the Palmore, fight against Morrison.
John Jackson, same way. First 5, 6 rounds lack action, but then it starts to heat up.
Of course, we got a situation here where Anthony Elmore is 30 years of age. His young challenger's only 22, and 8 years can be quite a bit of difference. But again, you see Anthony Elmore relying on his experience and his ring savvy. Fight has really slowed down, though, Joe. They're really going to have to pick up the pace. Both of them just standing there right now. Spinning back kick at the bell by the champion. Ready to go with action in round 4. There you see the champion, Anthony Elmore. The challenger is Tracy Thomas.
Brian Lee, very relaxed in Thomas's corner, saying that Elmore seems frightened when Thomas gets in close. Fear, of course, is not something that Elmore knows about, but as we say, he is a little glove shy. I gave him the last round 10-9 because he was the more effective kicker, so I've got him leading by 1 point, 30-29.
I am really disappointed. This is the first time I've had a chance to see Tracy Thomas, but I'm disappointed in his punching power. He really hasn't generated. It's all arm. He has not got his body weight behind it. But let's see what happens here. It looks like the champ is picking it up a little bit more. He's blocking a lot of those punches. Oh, there's a good shot there by Tracy Thomas.
Good power inside. Now, one of the things about a fighter like Thomas with that kind of strength, even throwing a karate-type punch with the boxing glove on, he can get good force behind it. That's what Thomas is doing. More of a karate-style punch, but with a boxing glove on.
Anthony Elmore working on the body with those round kicks. That'll take a lot of steam out of you if he starts to connect with some of those. Tried to set up a straight right and missed it.
Tried to tee off with that right hand. See Elmore's confidence growing at this point. Beginning to find the target a little bit. And Elmore, as you pointed out, is digging those kicks into the body. One of the things that's deceptive about Elmore's kicks is he does not look like he's kicking hard, but when those long legs land from 212 pounds, you definitely feel it. Elmore is on the receiving end of some pushing and shoving in this round, where Tracy Thomas is using his muscle power to lean on Elmore, trying to use his strength inside. Didn't land anything real hard on Elmore, but Elmore is having to fight 245 pounds in there. A lot of pushing there by Tracy Thomas.
There's Tracy Thomas, the challenger. As we said, he's 6'4", 240 pounds. Ready to go here. Action in round 5.
Tracy Thomas's mother earlier today said that her son got into karate when he was very young, and she put him there to try to tone him down. Said he was an aggressive kid, and that the karate helped him with his personal discipline.
He's a senior at Wayne State College in Detroit, Michigan, majoring in business management. Started in karate back in '74, got his black belt in '79. That's the challenger, Tracy Thomas. Good inside work there by Anthony Elmore as he backs away and digs. Good left hook. And Thomas backs off.
Now Elmore's confidence is coming in. He's felt out Thomas. He's seen what Thomas has. Now he's landed a couple of good shots on the butt. The whole ring just moved 6 feet as Thomas hit the rope.
We've seen this so many times. Anthony Elmore takes it easy through the first couple rounds, then starts to pour it on, pick up the pace, and he's doing that here in the 5th round. Thomas starting to feel the effects of those kicks just like that, right into the solar plexus. Oh, a good uppercut by the champion. Putting the combinations together now. Tracy Thomas starting to see a little bewilderment in his face. He's losing that confidence here in round 5. The best round for the champion so far. Okay, back to action. Here's round 6. Anthony Elmore, the champion, in the red. The challenger, Tracy Thomas, in the white.
I had Elmore winning that last round 10-9, so I've got him up by 3 points now, 50-47, with his confidence improving, his pace increasing, and Thomas seemed to have been slowing at the end of round 5.
No question about it now. Elmore is starting to put together his combination, using his kicking with his hand technique. Hooking, jabbing. Round kick to the body, coming right back with a side kick. Another side kick. Round kick.
As we talked about earlier, the round kick, you have to turn your hip over and really accelerate the speed in there. Elmore does that off his back leg. He doesn't do it too much off his front leg.
He's an amazing guy. He really is. Works hard on these promotions, gets everything going, gets into the ring, takes him about 2 or 3 rounds to get his head realigned that now I got to fight after all these other things. Then he gets it going. Good left-right combination. Another combination.
Arm off of him. Don't push him. Get the arm off.
Tracy Thomas laying in there and hooking and holding. There you can see the warning. That right hand lead, which is very effective against the southpaw.
Elmore is putting the hand combinations together here in round number 6. Thomas was just watching many of those combinations come in and was not protecting himself very effectively. It sounded like his corner was trying to get him up psychologically.
Right, here we go with action in round 7, and that's exactly what they were trying to do, Joe. They were trying to get that confidence back that he had in the 2nd and 3rd round and lost in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Boy, did they dig a kick to the solar plexus there by the champion.
Brian Lee in the corner giving Tracy Thomas exactly the kind of lift that he needed. Very calm, very relaxed, saying this fight is yours unless you give it away.
Oh, a good shot there. Stunned the champion. A straight left by Tracy Thomas right to the temple. All of a sudden, Tracy Thomas switches back to left leg forward, then goes back to right leg forward. Now he's going back and forth.
Lancing right hand. Fortunately for Thomas, did not land solid.
Well, Thomas put out a weak kick. Got caught in midair. He's running out of gas, Joe. The challenger, I'm afraid, is running out of gas. And this is where the champion starts to come on.
I asked Thomas how much sparring he had done in preparation for this fight. His answer was minimal. That surprised me. I thought he would have gotten in a lot of sparring to have gotten his confidence up, ready for a 12-round pace.
The fight's not going to go 12 rounds, Joe. I think Tracy Thomas is running out of gas.
Thomas said he had been running 3 miles daily at a 6-minute and 45-second pace, and then been running 220 wind sprints, 8 of them every other day, 4 of them every other day.
Winding down to the end of round 7, and the champion is really coming on strong.
Elmore is picking his shots. He's not throwing a lot of unnecessary things, but he's picking his shots, and he's landing on target more and more effectively as the fight continues.
Round 8. The challenger, Tracy Thomas, really has his hands full now. The question is, can he survive? He has never gone this far in a fight. And, of course, this is a 12-round championship bout. And the champion is really digging to the body, and that will slow you down quickly.
12 2-minute rounds of PKA karate with the kicks, especially with fighters at this weight. The amount of energy they have to use at this weight is the equivalent of 15 3-minute rounds in boxing. The fighters are not fighting an exceptional pace. Nothing similar to what John Jackson and Tex Cobb were fighting a few weeks back in Atlantic City.
Watch the kicking techniques of the two fighters now, because Tracy Thomas can hardly lift his legs, while Anthony Elmore is still getting good elevation on his kicks. See, that's a very weak kick there by Tracy Thomas.
It's weak relative to the amount of energy he could put into it. Very strong considering the weight that's behind it.
Fans here at Cook Convention Center in Memphis, Tennessee, calling for a knockout now. They want to see the champion take Tracy Thomas out. And I think the champ is showing a little wear, too.
Anthony Elmore definitely not as sharp in this fight as he was last year when he fought Bill Morrison when we were last here in Memphis. A little ring rust, I think, from Anthony Elmore. He's been out of the ring since last October.
Round 9, here we go. The champion Elmore in the red, the challenger Tracy Thomas in the white. And who knows, Tracy Thomas may get a second wind here, Joe. Let's see what happens.
Stop.
Got a loose piece of tape here on the champion's glove. We got time called by the referee while they fix it. That's what they're saying in Tracy's corner. Your second win is coming on, Tracy. Listen to him over in Tracy Thomas's corner saying, you're the best.
Let's go. I got it.
He may get a second win here. Let's see what happens.
The back leg round kick that we talked about earlier, Elmore really blasts that into the body. Thomas with his arm partially blocking it.
Got some more tape loose on that right glove, but I don't think it's going to hurt anybody. We'll see. Ooh, a good straight right. And Tracy Thomas goes down, and he is not going to get up. Let's see. 8, 9. He got up at the count of 9. Let's see if the champ moves in here. And he does. And Tracy Thomas does not know where he is right now. Another right. The champ trying to put him away. A left, a right. Another left and right. And there's going to be a standing 8 count now.
4, 5, 6, 7. You okay? 8. Heads up.
Okay. Still have time here in the 9th round. The champion trying to put him away. Let's see what happens if he can survive this round. That's all. They're stopping the fight. J.T. will stop the fight in the 9th round. There's a flip by the champion. How much time? It looks like about 22 seconds left in the round.
38 seconds left in the 9th round.
38 seconds left in the 9th round. So let's take a look at the knockdown here now, Joe, and see what happens.
You see Elmore going to the body, back to the head with the hands. That right hand is the one from which Tracy Thomas could not recover. You had his 245 pounds moving forward off a front kick, moving right into the oncoming right-hand power from Anthony Elmore.
Well, it was an interesting fight in that it went back and forth, and the ebb and flow went back and forth, and who was going to be the stronger and who was running out of gas. And all of a sudden, Tracy Thomas ran into a straight right, was not able to recover. Now you can see some more damage being done here by the champion.
Thomas is just moving in, leaning his body on Elmore, trying to get his arms around Elmore to protect himself.
There is the reigning super heavyweight champion, Anthony Elmore, with the belt in his hand raised in victory, a TKO.